Hello YouTube, welcome to my review of the Planet X Envoy E-bike. First e-bike I've ever rode effectively, and I'll be using it on my commute. First impressions out of the box, really easy to set up. All the tools are in the small box you can see on the floor there. Took me about half an hour to set it up, probably 20 minutes to get the packaging off and 10 minutes to actually set the bike up. So well done Planet X, it's well packaged, which is good to see, so there's no marks or anything on it. And then, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Wheel on, seat on, handlebars, and then the lights and the bell, and then you're pretty much good to go. And there it is, lovely matte grey finish, and really nice bike. So basically I'll be using this bike for commuting for a week. I'm going to be commuting from Aberdeen to Oxford through a little bit of light gravel. As you can see here, lots of cycle paths, and also I'll be going through the city, but normally you stick to the cycle paths anyway through the city, so it's fairly simple. Yeah, no, it was a nice experience, and like I say, I'm a complete newbie at e-bikes. I normally use my gravel bike. Has everything you need on the bike, which is fantastic. So if you know, lights, bells, all that sort of stuff, mud guards and pannier rack, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So out of the box, effectively, you can just stick your panniers on and ride to work, and it's as simple as that. Yeah, as you can see here, lovely sunny day, which is quite rare in Oxford, but yeah, all last week was nice. I never really got to ride it in the wet weather. There we go. Anyway, some of the specs that we've got. We've got a 250 watt, we'll go with the seat. The seat's nice and comfy. If you're just doing short journeys, it's fine. Personally, I'd put my own seat on there, and that's just because I've got my own seat that I've spent quite a bit of time breaking in. There's a volley strap on there, just stop the bike stand rattling when I was going down some of the gravel tracks. It won't annoy most people, but it annoys me. It's got a Shimano Q's 9-speed group set with a 1146 chain cassette and a single speed chain ring. So with that you should get up hills no problems at all. And by the end of the week I'll be able to tell you what it's like on the hills. It's got a 250 watt motor and a 400 watt battery, I believe, and this is where it's all controlled from. So you see that number 9 at the bottom there? That's basically how you control how much power you want. So when I'm going up hills, I was hitting 9, and it just power you up the hills, and then on the flat you can go down to sort of 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, it's got lights front and back. Oh yeah, it's got hydraulic brakes, which for this price point is really good to have hydraulic brakes. I'm a heavy rider, and it had no problem stopping me when I was riding through Oxford. What else we got? Oh yeah, the WTB Resolute tyres, 50mm. So I let some air out after a few days, and they were really comfy, and they can be set up tubeless. So if you ride particularly where you like to get punctures over the winter months, especially, you can set them up tubeless. They don't come set up tubeless, by the way. They come with inner tubes. I put my own pedals on there simply because I prefer to be clipped in. I don't like flats, and I'm just used to them. That's all. Other than that, yeah, a fantastic bike. Here we are back on the Thames. So ride quality then, I think once I'd let a bit of air out the tyres, it was beautiful. It was really comfy. I think I had a bit too much air in, and it was just a bit, because it's a what you call bike, rigid bike with no suspension. The tyres are effectively your suspension. So yeah, really nice. That was on gravel and paved roads, bearing in mind the amount of potholes we have and how rough the roads are around. Yeah, no, it was really good, really comfy. Gears and braking, I think we've covered it on the specs. Had no problem stopping me with the hydraulic brakes, with the Tektro hydraulic brakes, and the gearing was fine. I didn't need any more gears because of the electric, and I'm used to riding Shimano GRX 12 speed. I didn't need any more gears, which was surprising, because I thought with 9 I'd think, well, I'd need them extra gears, but once you've got the electric on there and you power it up the hills, you just don't need them. It's as simple as that. In fact, I weren't even using all the gears because of the electric, so I probably weren't even in the top 2 rings, so it was brilliant. Features which I've sort of gone through. So you've got a front and rear light, which is operated off that little control panel that I showed you. Here we are, thinking a bit of gravel. This is sort of the loose gravel near where I live. Yeah, so the front and rear lights, I wouldn't say they'd be fantastic, the front one in the winter, but they will allow other drivers to see you, and that's the main thing, if that's what you need, especially if you're riding on busy roads. So yeah, they'll be good for that. As for actually be able to see where you're going, because this track in particular in the winter gets extremely dark, so I have quite a powerful light on that, so I don't end up in a bush. But yeah, they're still there. Mudguards are a great feature. This year is the first year, because we've had so much rain, that I've actually adopted mudguards on my gravel bike. So I put them on for the wetter months, take them off for the summer months. But if you're just a casual rider, you can just stick them on and leave them on. And like I said, the wide tyres are what makes it comfy. And to be fair, you'll get less punches, and on tracks like this, you'll feel a lot more comfortable and confident, especially if you're a new rider. I would say value for money. It's what I would call a mid-range priced e-bike, and if you look at equivalents, and I've had a look round, it's what you're getting for your money is really, really good. I found it comfortable, sturdy. The only thing that annoyed me a little bit was that front mudguard was rattling a bit and kept touching the tyre. I'll have to mess around with that and try and get that working. Battery life was great. Basically, I had 45% battery left when I got home after one day's riding, and I had it on level 9 all the way, which is really, really good, which means I think it's got a 2-hour fast charge to get to 80%, so I had to top it up each night because I do quite a long commute. As and when I'd use it as a fairly fit cyclist, it's really simple. I'd use it for my gym days in the winter because it'll free my legs up and I won't be a complete wreck when I get home. I'd certainly use it on a Friday, simply because I do longer rides on the weekend, and if I do that, then at least I'm not going to be hanging on the weekend, and I can really enjoy my longer rides. That's an absolutely brilliant use of it. And then my zone 2 training. What I said earlier is, with zone 2 training, you want to stay in zone 2 for your hour or 2 hours. You can quite easily do it, and every time you hit a hill, what happens is you go into zone 3 and zone 4. But if you keep the electric going, or you keep it on a certain power, you'll stay in zone 2, and you're still working, but you're staying in zone 2. So my final thoughts is, yes, I'm an experienced rider. Yes, I like riding gravel. But yes, I'd have an electric bike because it'd cover some bases for me, and allow me to do more and better training for my actual gravel bike riding. And for complete novices, e-bikes are a great idea. They get you fit. It's not a twist and go, so you have got to put some of the work in yourself, so you can build up your fitness slowly and change the power settings as you get fitter. So yeah, it's a great overall bike. More importantly, it's value for money, and it's got everything you need on there. So well done, Planet X. You pulled it out of the bag again. It's an absolutely fantastic bike.